welcome to the Monday edition of the Playmakers, your source for all KU sports all year round. My name's Nicole Fye, and alongside me are my PICs, Nick Cousin and Kevin Gray. Today we'll be talking basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, and track, so keep it right here. You don't want to miss these plays.
What I gotta do, let y'all niggas know, I am the nicest ever.
All right, guys, let's just get the heartbreak over with right away. KU men's basketball team ended a stellar season on Saturday in a not-so-stellar way, losing to Villanova 64-59 in the Elite Eight. The Jayhawks not only have to say goodbye to yet another promising season too soon, but also to two seniors who have simply defined the program for the past 4 years. Your thoughts?
Well, you said it wasn't a stellar end to the season, so Kevin, tell us why it wasn't just stellar performance.
Thanks, Nick. The biggest thing Villanova did to KU on Saturday was they beat them inside. Here we have a look of Villanova has the ball near half court. There's a huge hole under the basket. Jamari Traylor can't recover. He bounces off Ochefu, and Devontae Graham isn't able to deflect the ball out of his hands. Easy layup. Later, Villanova has it at the top of the key, and there's a huge lane, another hole under the basket. Landon Lucas has to make a decision. He makes the wrong one, helps, not there. Perry Ellis is beat, easy basket. Later, there's a double team on the ball, and Frank Mason is watching for the third defender. He loses his assignment. He sneaks out, easy three. They take the lead over KU again. Later, winding seconds of the game, Frank Mason has the ball at the elbow. He sees Mikhailu running toward him, and he thinks he's going to keep going. Mikhailu stops, and he loses the ball. Let's take another look. The defender is staring right at the ball, while Frank Mason is staring at Mikhailu. The defender takes it right out of Mason's hand. He loses the ball. Nova gets it. They hold on to the ball. They beat KU because Kansas can't recover after that. Kansas goes on to lose this game. Coach Bill Self likes to talk about how he kills teams with the high-low. They weren't able to. They were ineffective high with Frank Mason and Devontae Graham, and they were ineffective low with Ellis playing against Ochefu. Nick.
Yeah, you talked about inconsistent guard play and how that affected in, but also there was a lot of bad play overall by KU, and that started with Perry Ellis. He only had 4 points. It was kind of a bad way for him to go out in his last game as a Jayhawk.
I know, it is. It's upsetting, especially, even for me, someone who is a newer fan too. I've watched Perry Ellis very, very, very intensely, and he just embodies the spirit of a Jayhawk.
They rely on him for everything, and when you can't rely on him to get you
hands down
points
the
in the biggest game
team
of his career, probably last game going out.
And I think that might be the most disappointing part because this kid gave his heart and soul to this team, and to go out on a game like that where he didn't really contribute much at all, he didn't act like the leader that he has been for 4 straight years. It's disappointing. All fans, I'm sure, can agree there.
But Selden didn't show up either.
You're right.
He made some of his open shots, but for the most part, he was just out of it all game long. And if you have your 2 best players not show up to the game, and then Villanova's defense was stellar, and they made their open shots, it's a recipe for disaster.
KU had open shots, but Wayne Selden was only one on KU who wasn't hitting those open shots. So you can't say that they didn't make good shots because they did. They did. It's just a matter of fact of them making it or not, and that's really what it comes down to as far as KU's offense goes.
And matching shots, of course, as well. We were talking earlier about matching 3-pointers, and that just didn't happen.
And Villanova's key players like Archie Diacono, they struggled too, but it was really the play down low for Villanova that worked out really well for them. Jenkins down low was really key.
And KU's turnovers all game, they had 16, I think, to Villanova's 9. So it was really ball possession was a big problem for Kansas.
They had KU's number.
They did.
They did everything that they needed to do. They executed perfectly, and I mean, it's hard to watch, especially being a fan. It's just very hard to watch, but the better team in the end, to me, I feel like won that game.
Yeah, and now they're in the Final Four, and they deserve to be in the Final Four.
And you talk about guard play, getting you to championships. Villanova has two of the best in the nation, so you can't go wrong with that. And KU really hasn't really faced a good pair of guards the entire season.
Even one stud guard. Like, you can talk about Buddy Hield, but he's not a point guard. You know, so KU hadn't really faced a stud point guard, and they saw on Saturday what it takes to win.
True. Very, very true, guys. Well, unfortunately, the season came to an end. We have another year to wait, though, and in the meantime, football starts up for me. Anyway, coming up later, we dive headfirst into softball and baseball after a look into KU women's soccer's exhibition game and a special feature with Mr. Cousin. Keep it right here, guys.